by the senior academic officer or faculty member. On it are inscribed the Greek symbols for wisdom, benevolence, and courage, the characteristics of excellent leaders. Derives from the gowns, caps, and hoods worn by medieval scholars. Regular use of the academic gown and hood to indicate fellows of the college dates to the University of Cambridge in the 13th century. The colors show the institution from which the wearer received an academic degree, along with the discipline and level of the degree. Some of the older institutions have colored gowns for special events and a black gown for less formal occasions. However, most use only the black gown. Bell-shaped sleeves with velvet stripes indicate a doctoral degree. Gowns for the recipients of master's degrees have a unique sleeve design, but no trim.
Honored graduates, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the graduation ceremonies of Paducah Community College. Please remain standing as the Paducah Community College Chorus, under the direction of Associate Professor Jeff Jordan, sings our national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your mortarboards, and ladies, you may do so if you wish.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose first stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, came through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Thank you, chorus, and thank you, Professor Jordan. Before I introduce the platform party, we have some special guests in the audience. First, the husband and son of our commencement speaker, Jesus and Mark Menendez. Thank you for being here today. And our state senator, Bob Leeper. Bob, you're always here for us. Thank you. I will now introduce the platform guests, and kindly hold your applause until all have been introduced. Dr. Shirley Menendez of the Kentucky Council on Post-Secondary Education, our commencement speaker. The Paducah Junior College and Community College Board of Trustees, Mr. Marshall Niemer, Chairman, Mr. Joe Frampton, Vice Chairman, Mr. Thomas Osborne, Secretary, Mr. Kenneth Wheeler, Treasurer, Ms. Ann Denton, Executive Committee at Large, County Judge Executive Danny Orazine, Mr. Tommy Blair, Mr. William Dibert, Ms. Ann Gwynn, Judge Jeffrey Hines, Judge William Howerton, Dr. Wally Montgomery, Mr. Fred Paxton, Mr. Steve Polston, Ms. Gail Ridgway, the faculty representative, Ms. Kim Warford, the student representative, and with the board on stage are the deans of Paducah Community College, Dr. Barbara Veazey, the Dean of Academic Affairs, Ms. Sandra Tucker, the Dean of Student Affairs, and John Carrico, the Dean of Business Affairs. We thank all of you for your many contributions to Paducah Community College. Ms. Kim Warford is the 1997-98 president of the Student Government Association of Paducah Community College. She has served us with distinction this year. She will bring greetings on behalf of her classmates.
The road we have taken to get here has been long and sometimes hard, but definitely worthwhile. As we go forth, I offer challenge to each of you graduates and to everyone here. First, your presence here today illustrates a strong commitment to yourself. To better yourself through education, to better yourself through expanded horizons. I urge each of you to continue your commitment. You know, PCC has a slogan, because learning never ends. We should all remember that and commit ourselves to continue the quest for knowledge. Second, In a world of violence and fear, we must all take a step toward one another. We must talk to each other and learn from each other. We are all neighbors, and we are committed to helping one another. Hillary Rodham Clinton wrote that to raise a child, it takes a village. Our village must be committed to working as a team for the benefit of all children. Lastly, PCC is the community's college. I know I have learned a great deal from the college and the community support. Through victories and through tragedies, this community has banded together for good. We have a responsibility to give back to our community and our college, whether it be time, money, or resources. I challenge each of you to make that commitment. In conclusion, we all take a different path from here. Some of us will go to four-year institutions, others will go to a new job, others will go for promotion. Tonight, I challenge you to remember what you have learned at PCC, not just from the textbooks, but from each other. I urge you to make the commitment to yourself to never stop learning, the commitment to others to never stop listening, and a commitment to the community to never stop giving. Thank you.
I believe that teaching is a calling and that it takes a great deal of courage to choose this path. And I certainly believe that those who can are the ones who teach. This year marks the completion of my 25th year at Paducah Community College, and I can look down the rows of faculty and I can stop at each one, and I can name one or many projects that we have worked on together. Whether it was bringing a new program to this college, a new course, a new way of delivering a course, or working on a particular student issue. I take a great deal of pride in my years of working with you. And I take pride, too, in the part that I played in hiring the new faculty to this college community. That pride comes from a common purpose, a shared commitment that we have made to bring quality education to this college and to our students. So graduates, I ask you tonight to find that faculty member who helped you choose your career path, who helped guide you to tonight's graduation, and who has inspired you to even higher goals. I know that that person exists because this faculty has served as an inspiration to me for 25 years now. So everyone, please join me in recognizing and saying thank you to the faculty of Paducah Community College. And please stand.
Our graduation speaker is a former teacher, principal, and curriculum specialist. She has served in educational leadership roles at the primary, secondary, and higher education levels and is now a member of Kentucky's top higher education board, the Council of Post-Secondary Education. She holds bachelor's and master's degrees from Murray State University and a doctorate in education from Southern Illinois University. Her professional achievements include a very successful tour of duty as the director of the Illinois statewide network to transfer explanatory educational programs nationwide. And she has written and directed grants which have brought in over $8 million for student scholarships and programs. Excuse me. Dr. Shirley Menendez has been a president of the American Association of University Women Kentucky Division, the chairman of the Kentucky Business and Professional Women's Association, and much more. And finally, and most significantly to us, Dr. Menendez is a longtime close friend of Paducah Community College. In particular, she is a former distinguished member of this PCC board. We all recall with fondness and pride her many contributions to the progress of this fine institution. And we are so happy and proud today to welcome her back home to speak to the class of 1998. So please, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our speaker and our good friend, Dr. Shirley Menendez. Give him a hell, honey.
President O'Hara, members of the Board of Trustees, members of the faculty and staff, legislators, alumni, parents and family members, friends, and especially the graduates of 1998. I am honored to be here at this very special event. Throughout the years, I have had contact with this institution in a variety of ways. My mother was a student at the old Broadway location. My 4 brothers and sisters have been students. My husband has been an adjunct faculty member. And my son received his associate degree here the very month I started a 13-year experience as a member of the Board of Trustees. As a trustee, I have been in the middle of PCC's most recent progress. I was here when the planning of the Garrett Allied Health Building was taking place. I strongly supported the Rosenthal Fund for faculty development. And I most recently joined with a large number of people to secure this significant addition to this lovely campus of Crounce Hall, the new Science and Engineering Building. All of these additions have added a new dimension to the learning in this region. I am pleased to have been a part of these steps, which I consider very progressive. Now, at any commencement, there is the hope that a speaker will be interesting, profound, and brief. My aim is to reach at least the 3rd portion of that expectation. I want to welcome you to this academic party that we call commencement. A party, you say? Yes, a party. A real celebration of who we are tonight. You're not dressed for a party, you say? Oh, but you graduates are most appropriately dressed. We're often concerned about what we're going to wear for a special occasion. For this celebration this evening, tradition tells us what to wear. The cap, the gown, and the hood are a standard style for tonight. Our academic uniform was developed in the 13th century in the first universities in Paris, in Bologna, and in Oxford. Forgive me, but the teacher in me wants everything to be a teachable moment. Our academic uniform tells a great deal about us. For example, mine tells you that my degree is in education from Southern Illinois University. The chevrons say that this is a doctoral degree, which is sometimes referred to as a terminal degree. And some of us would agree with that. Have you noticed Dr. O'Hara's distinctive academic uniform? Ask him about all of those meanings, those colors, those chevrons. Which university? Those are very meaningful points in a person's life. Notice Mr. Dybert and Mr. Wheeler when they walk out of here this evening. The vivid orange color in their hoods says they have degrees in engineering from a particular university. And we have another engineer up here, but I guess he lost his vivid orange hood. And notice Dr. Montgomery. That green color is an indication that he is in medicine. And when these individuals leave this building, notice those who have studied law with that rich, rich purple. There are 4 or 5 of them here this evening and on this Board of Trustees. And where are they? That rich, rich purple. and on it goes. Your own academic garb is a uniform. Just as the uniforms of nurses and doctors signify those who fight disease, just as the uniforms of judges identify those who fight for justice, this uniform you graduates are wearing means you have joined the side of those who are waging a battle against ignorance. Now, you don't really have to have a degree to be against ignorance, but the expectation is that someone who has a degree is compelled to be against ignorance. You know the ignorance about which I am talking, I suspect. It is the ignorance of closed-mind thinking, the ignorance of intolerance, the ignorance that is unwilling to look at change. These are the uniforms for those who have escaped the bondage of ignorance. When Roman law freed the slaves, it accorded the privilege of wearing a cap. In Roman society, only free people wore caps. You wear tonight the cap of this freedom. Your cap, called a mortarboard, looks like a book and was developed in Paris in the early 1500s. Your cap is a sign of your freedom from closed-mindedness. Tonight, as you are wearing the mortarboard from this college, you are a living sign of freedom of scholarship and the responsibility and dignity which your scholarship gives. Tonight, we celebrate your mastering a body of knowledge or a technical skill. You are now free to employ that mastery in service to the common good. You have the freedom and the responsibility to be unafraid of new information. We all know people who refuse new information at all cost. You are unafraid. Time is the freedom. This is the freedom you have earned and learned here. Where is the greatest opportunity for positive change in the nation? It is here. And among people all over the country just like you. You have freedom that might not be equaled at any other time in your life. You have inquisitive minds, always probing for new ideas, refusing stale answers, all of which is essential to resolving problems and meeting opportunities. The academic regalia includes another symbol. The academic hood is a mantle of educated tolerance. The hood is a symbol of those who have limited tolerance for intolerance. We simply cannot afford to dismiss people for some stereotyped description. We can't write off anybody. We have to make a place for people whose cultures are different from our own, whether the difference is an economic difference or whether the difference is an ethnic difference. Each of us has a gift. As we develop those gifts, we benefit the entire society. When all gifts are offered, we create a synergy that is greater than any one individual gift. As graduates of PCC, you are now trained to value the gifts of everyone. Now, after having paid tuition, a few of you might like to add a red fabric to your celebratory dress. Perhaps the color red accurately reflects the color of your bank account as we celebrate this wonderful event. But I agree with Governor Cuomo of New York, who said, "If you think education is expensive, try ignorance." Beyond your academic regalia, my wish for you is that you develop a love for lifelong learning as you face problems that seem insurmountable. A nation a school, a human being is measured by how it stretches its mind and heart to face the challenges before it. It takes smart people who continually grow smarter to stand against ignorance and to stand for progress for all. Your presence in this attire tonight is evidence that you have accomplished this task. I look forward to seeing you in other parts of this community, other parts of this state, and other parts of this nation, accomplishing other significant tasks with equal success.
Thank you, Dr. Menendez. That was a wonderful graduation speech. I've rarely heard a better one, a more meaningful one. Thank you so very much. And we miss you here. We wish you were here much more often than you get to be now. It was so lovely having you with us those 13 years.
Will the candidates please rise? Dr. O'Hara, I present the candidates for graduation, and I certify on behalf of the faculty that they have successfully completed all of the requirements for their respective degrees. The first row of graduates may proceed to the stage. All others may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, as the names of the graduates are read, please note that those graduating with distinction have achieved a grade point average of 3.4 to 3.6. Those graduating with high distinction have earned a 3.6 or higher. Students wearing the gold stoles are members of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. Receiving an Associate in Arts, Shane Douglas Aldrich. Mary Catherine Bell. Kimberly Ray Bennett. Kimberly Ann Clark. Galadriel Lee Cumby. Tracy R. Davidson. Patricia Lynn Estes. Rebecca Dawn Ford. Catherine Cooper Fuller. Jacob Stratton Harper. Tassie C. Henson. Jonna M. Hickerson. Sandra L. Hines. Erica J. Kirschbaum. Frida Gail Poindexter. Diane F. Quillen. Deanna Bradford Ross. Abby Kathleen Rowland. Andrea R. Scott. Rachel Lee Turnbow. Nathan Wallace. Ashley Noel Welburn. Receiving the Associate in Science, Corey Bard. Huma I. Buta. Amy Jo Bloodworth. Mary A. Dixon. Stephanie N. Guadisi. Christy Allison Greer. Stephanie Ann Grounds. Robert Joseph Jones. Susan A. McCready. Angela N. McCune. Christy Renee Owens. Yolanda Yvette Rudd. Receiving the Associate in Applied Science in Business Technology with the accounting option, Judy Carol Moffitt, and Judy also has a 4.0 GPA. Julia Diane Rhodes. Tammy Dawn Stevens. In the banking option, Donald Thomas Smith. Management option, Tanya Gray. Carla Lee Octella. In the Management Information Systems option, Melanie Jean O'Daniel. In the Real Estate Management option, Tiffany LaRue Black Ogden. Graduating in Nursing, Kimberly Renee Bartley. Donna Michelle Binkley Bebout. Benjamin Paul Carnahan. Melissa Lee Collins. Alice Faye Kreider. Teresa M. Driscoll. Joni Sagittario Emerson. Ann Lynn Farrell. Christina Marie Green. Christopher B. Hannon. Dina K. Hill. Terry Diane Hobbs. Rachel Ann Garland Holland. Shannon Elizabeth King. Rosalind A. Creesh. Perry D. Mathis. Connie M. McIntosh. Kara Ellen McMullen. Tracy Lee Moss. Rebecca L. Redenauer. Buffy I. Ryan. Linda Jo McElhaney Saggy. Helen Juanita Saunders. Janice Lee Ursini. Dorothy Laverne Walker. Kim Marie Walters. Debbie Willoughby. Leslie Shea Wilson. Graduating in Office Systems, Teresa Thomas Followell. Deanna K. Gordon. Tara Renee Patterson. Graduating in Physical Therapy, Assistant, Mohammed Ali. Angela Dawn Brinker. Karen K. Carter. Tracy Massey Champion. Jared Ryan Clark. Dana Sue Dyer. And Dana is graduating with a 4.0. Alan W. Fain. Karen Garrett. Benny Tom Johnson. Sherry Michelle Lovelace. Amy Elizabeth Moore. Carolyn Lanitha Nance. Lucy Yarborough Preston. Christy Ellen Trimper. Darla Dennis Tucker. Lee Ann Weber.
Will the graduates please rise? By virtue of the power vested in me by the University of Kentucky and the Commonwealth of Kentucky, I hereby confer upon you the associate degree. You may now move your tassels to the left side. Imagine the hours that went into what is standing here before you. Congratulations again, and you may be seated. This year, the student body chose as its teacher of the year Professor Don Maley. Don, would you come forward, please? I know you wouldn't know that Don is in our theater department. The reason I had you come forward, Don, is we don't normally do this, but we have another award for you as well. The Phelps Award for Teaching Excellence is given each year to a member of the Arts and Sciences faculty who has demonstrated the very best qualities of the teaching profession. And at our college, that's a very tough choice to make because we have so many outstanding and wonderful faculty. The 1998 recipient is Don Maley. Here's what students say about Don Maley, among many, many other favorable things. I'm never bored. He's always prepared. He makes learning fun. And I agree, because I, too, am a Don Maley student. Don, you may not know this, but like hundreds of other people, I tune into your TV interpersonal communications course, Interstate 252. Not only because I learned a thing or two, but because I like it. You are an extraordinary teacher and an entertaining one as well, and you do make learning fun. And 2 weeks ago, I came by to see you in The Pirates of Penzance. And as always, you were great. Ladies and gentlemen, a 5-time Teacher of the Year at Paducah Community College, and now the Phelps Award winner, Professor Don Maley. Each year I select a member of the college family to receive the President's Medal. This award provides me of a way of saying thank you to someone whose special dedication and deeds have made our college great. This year I have chosen Lisa Houston. Lisa, would you come forward, please? I had to get her ready because she's so much taller than I am, so I can put this on her. But first, I will tell you that like so many of her colleagues, and all of her colleagues, in fact, Lisa is very well prepared academically. But she spends most of her classroom time in the technical areas. And this year, and in the past couple, she has led our college in the third part of our important mission, and that is service to business and industry. Lisa does all aspects of her job well, and she has the remarkable quality of being willing to venture into new territory. Her customer service workshops and courses in frontline supervision are sought after from places as far away as California. So Lisa, when PCC non-credit and credit courses go global in 1999, which we will, you will be one of our featured international personalities, and perhaps you can entice Don Maley to join you in a course. Wouldn't that be entertaining? Congratulations and thank you. The second President's Medal is presented to a PCC graduate and a UK engineer and the plant manager at Lockheed Martin, Steve Polston. Steve. Steve is also, as you can see, a member of our Board of Trustees. He's on every important economic development group in the region. He serves as an advisor to our college, to the University of Kentucky, to the region, to our governor. Mr. Polston returned to Paducah in 1991, and since he came back, things have never been the same. And I want to thank him in particular for the pivotal role he played in bringing the Science and Engineering building and engineering programs here to our campus. We owe him a special thanks for the intervention that he took in assuring that the state did come through with the dollars to provide us with the resources to make that engineering building work. And as I said to a group not long ago, of all of us who labored in that project, no one took more direct hits and sustained them in fine fashion than Steve Polston. His honesty, his forthrightness, and the trust level that he has throughout this state was a major factor in making all that happen. And Mr. Polston, I thank you for that. This was a very special year for us and for you. And when you look back, you'll have many landmarks to remind you of the year you graduated from PCC. You'll have a lot of stories you can tell to your children and grandchildren and friends. You were here the year we did open that Science and Engineering building. You were here the year that KCTCS, the Community College, whatever it is, there's so many acronyms these days, but it is the Kentucky Community and Technical College System. That's what it was. Speaking of being this attire, as Dr. Menendez was speaking, and we all are proud of this attire, but I will tell you a little story about the attire. Darlene and I never did go to graduations because every time I got a degree, I was off somewhere working and never got to go to graduation. So the treat we did for ourselves, was buy this really fancy outfit. And so I was real proud of it and put it on at home. And our daughter made that pride humble in just a second. If many of you are old enough to remember the game Yahtzee, well, my daughter said, "Daddy, you look like the man on the Yahtzee box." But you will have many other things to remember as well. You'll remember El Nino, and you'll remember the mud at this college. What a terrible year to pick to redo the entire campus telecommunications system in the year of El Nino. But oh, what that mud is going to do for all of us. And you'll remember the pervasive theme of our time, and that is the rapid, unrelenting change and transition to something new. Your professors have prepared you for that, and in the face of that unrelenting change, I can assure you of a constant, and that is your alma mater, Paducah Community College. She will always be here for you. And your alma mater is also the regional change agent in this area and the deliverer of services to those who must have new and innovative ways to respond to a changing world. But on the other hand, your alma mater is a safe place for you to turn to in this changing world. PCC will always welcome you home and provide you with the wherewithal to cope with whatever that shifting landscape offers to you. So you can go out today with confidence. We would not be letting you go if we did not know you were ready. And when you feel the need to or just want to, turn to your alma mater She will welcome you with open arms. PCC has always been a leader in academic things. In fact, someone said that we are too academic. We appreciate that compliment and say only that throughout the next decade, they and you will witness an even greater acceleration in greatness at our institution. For to me, being too academic is kind of like being too rich. You just can't be too academic in our business. And meanwhile, we and you can be very confident that we have a unique plan to remain leaders in technology and all things technical. As a matter of fact, we will so blur the lines between academic and technical as to remove them completely. For if truth be known, all those lines between academic and technical are manufactured anyway. They really never were real. Think of a physician. Are they academic or are they technical? Think of a nurse. Is she academic? Is she technical? Is he technical? Think of an engineer. Is that academic? There's an awful lot of math and science and humanities and social sciences in there. There's an awful lot of technical. We will blur those lines completely and produce for Kentucky its first and strongest seamless education system. It was this college that created the communiversity. A communiversity is what higher education will be in the next century. We at this school are already reaping the harvest of our communiversity, while others are still looking for some fertile ground. We will never forget you, and we ask that you never forget us. We will always be here for you. Again, congratulations for all of your hard work and your achievement, and for all of your loved ones who supported you. In a moment, Professor Jordan will lead the chorus in singing My Old Kentucky Home. Please stand and join in that great Kentucky song. And then, if you will allow the recessional to pass before leaving your seats, and then follow us to the Student Center for a reception honoring the class of 1998.
The sun shines bright.